fucking nerds. Who wants a shot at the champ?
They bring the heat.
Francis Ngannou is the hardest puncher in the history of fighting.
They bring the knowledge.
If you think this fight is going 5 rounds, you are out of your mind.
They bring you the picks.
The dog is getting it done in this one.
We deliver every single week. We're bringing the heat, ladies and gentlemen.
The money line.
Don't miss it on the MMA Experts channel each week.
The money line. We are live talking UFC Vegas 103. I am AJ, joined as always by my guy Mike Finch. What's up, brother?
I was at the gym yesterday and in walks the champ, Merab, the bantamweight champ of the world, comes into train. So, brother, I got to watch Merab spar with Giga Chikadze for 5 rounds in the cage at UFC Gym Huntington Beach. That was fucking awesome. Talked to Merab a little bit. It's up on my channel. You guys could go check out the, what do they call it? A story? What is that thing called? The story?
Story, reel,
short.
post?
A short. You can go check out the short, and then you could go check out the reel on my Instagram at Mike Finch MMA. I got to hang out with the champ, bro.
That's pretty sick, dude. The vibe's always good, man. It seems like, Merab always gives you the time of day. He's very honest and sincere. He's a good guy to conversate with.
I talked to Henry Cejudo a little bit in the DM, so he threw it up on his Instagram because I asked him about what he thought about the Song Yadong and Henry fight, and yeah, just got the champ's thoughts. I asked him, I said, Merab, now that it looks like Song and Henry are tied up again, who do you want next? He said me, bro. Merab's granting me a shot at the bantamweight title, brother. We're breaking news.
Can we get to 35?
I'm dropping down to 135. And I'm going to fight Merab for the belt.
How can we get Mike Finch to 135, bro? We're going to have you eating like a grain of rice a day. That's about it.
Water.
Water only?
My diet, all right?
Can we get you to, Finch, could you make 135?
How much money?
$1 million.
The Merab fight for $1 million? Yeah. I could, yeah.
You think so, for real?
I'm like 184. So
do you have 40 pounds of body fat you could cut off?
We got some work to do,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to whip it into shape, man.
All
but I mean, if I'm healthy and like ready to rock, I could really fight at 55. I could really cut all the way down. If it's like a short notice, something I could do 170 for sure. But if you got the world title, $1 million, like, yeah, I'm gonna lose muscle. Like, I'm doing it.
All right, that'd be fucking crazy. You look like Steve Erceg.
Tell, man,
you would be Erceg.
My man's stocky.
That's great, man. All right, listen, Finch, we'll stay tuned for it, man. Maybe big surprise 2025 or something like that. Holy shit!
Big dog money on your boy. All right, they're gonna drop the lines early, folks.
Let's go, Finch, man, at plus 2,000 at 135, man.
Thank you,
Finch leaves some.
Thank you. They don't know about these hands, Tim. All right.
At 35, Finch? At 35.
Try. What's that?
At 135. I don't know if you could even move, man. You might cramp out there in like the first 15 seconds. We're just getting into the octagon.
No, I'm gonna bounce back after weigh-ins, bro. I'm gonna look fucked up at weigh-ins. They're gonna have to cart me in. I'll fall off the scale and shit. Yeah. But I'm gonna bounce back. You know that you drink Pedialyte, like for babies, like dehydrated babies have that Pedialyte. You can bounce back quick.
I drink it. I like the Pedialytes after I've been drinking a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I do like it's like an electrolyte mix we got. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that makes sense. See, AJ knows how to. That's flying knee AJ talking right there.
It's flying knee AJ, bro. He stays hydrated, my brother. Listen, we got to run. Oh, look at this guy. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Money, let's go, man. Yeah, I've had a lock streak, AJ. My locks have been hitting every single week. My parlay of the weeks have been hitting every single week in the premium channel. Go check it out. I host my show right after this, and I drop my favorite bets. AJ, 3 weeks in a row, the lock and the parlays have hit. I'm on. That's when you play beer pong, you're on fire, right?
You're on fire.
But the folks should know AJ is #1 in picks across the fucking internet. AJ, put the crown on, bro. Go ahead.
Listen, bro. Put it on. God bless. I'm a humble savage. I've been working hard these past 4 weeks. Ever since Finch told you guys about the tape study, how much I was doing. Next thing you know, at the uptick in fucking picks, it goes through the roof. So shout out to Vince for blessing me a little bit with high confidence for the folks. It's coming together, man. I've been doing this now a long time, and Finch knows too. Like, I feel like when we first started versus today, I feel just levels above, like just my knowledge of what's happening. Like, you can, like, even you, Finch, I know as much as you've done fights, like, you got to admit, from making picks back then versus you today, it's like now you've become the savage of fight picks. You know, before it's like, oh, this guy could win, and that it's like everything started making sense after handful of years for me.
True. That's true. It just became a new way of thinking about the game. Like, usually I'm like, am I excited for this fight? How bad do I want to see this fight? That was always the question. The martial arts matchups, etc. That's the fun part.
Is Finch frozen or am I delusional? All right, there we go. Finch is very, very passionate about what he's about to say. Give him a second. Finch is passionate about what he had to say. Finch, you still on that Spectrum internet? When are we getting you fiber optics?
I got the bullshit internet, dude. I got the bullshit.
I'm looking this up right now.
My wife is literally unplugging the those we call them the Amandas, those things that come from Amazon. I dare not say her name.
Yeah.
So yeah, we need this Starlink internet.
Bro, Finch, I got you right here. Frontier has availability in Huntington Beach. I'm seeing Frontier. Yeah, why choose Frontier for Huntington Beach? I have Frontier. Let me tell you, Finch, for an affordable price, you can get fucking God tier. And I'm not even joking. It would change your streaming life. You will have minimal problems.
My bad.
I promise you, you'll be happy.
My bad,
Frontier, dude. They have it for Huntington Beach. I just checked. I'm looking right now.
I will absolutely look at it. You recommended an ad blocker that's been working great. So thank you.
I'm relatively well versed in the tech side of things because of years of trial and error, dude. So I definitely recommend it, man. Because I switched. I used to have Spectrum just like you, bro. I switched and I said, what was I doing all those years? I got lied to.
You, Spectrum.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Spectrum. The bookies didn't get me pick 'em. We're good.
Holy shit. Let's go, Finch. All right. So we'll recap what went down this past week. I'm more excited than anything to hear your take on the main event. Of course, Henry Cejudo gets poked in the eye, in a pretty gnarly poke to the eye in round 3. And then he takes the full 5 minutes plus, really. He took like 5 minutes and 20 seconds. The fight continues, and Cejudo is essentially just in pure defense mode, running away from Song Yadong in essence to avoid damage. Between rounds, he says he can't see. And it's crazy how his corner was like really trying to push him to fight. He's like, yo, I can't see. Normally, if you say I can't see one time, wraps. Instead, they're like, no, we're going to keep the fight going.
Like, no, you can see, bro.
You can see. You're fine. You can see. Everybody's like, oh, you can see.
Just wrestling, bro. You don't have to see. You can just close your fucking eyes, bro.
They did not want to stop that fight. But Cejudo's like, I'm seeing double. I can't see what he's doing. And
great take. What the fuck was that?
What
when
the
have
fuck?
you ever seen
Never.
I can't see, and then everybody acts like they did not just hear him say that 3 times?
Never in my life. Normally, it's I can't see. What the fuck did I just say? Fight over. No, I want to continue. So Cejudo's like, yo, I can't see. And he said it, I don't know, 10 times. And they're like, no, we're not calling the fight. And then he had to beg. What happened was interesting, right? Because Herzog starts the round and then they go to a judge's decision. But if it would have been stopped in the corner, they're saying it would have then been a no contest. Very confusing how it was like a slight twist. If Cejudo doesn't continue after the 5 minutes, that fight's a no contest. So he ended up taking an L on an unfortunate circumstance. And I know people were saying that Henry Cejudo wanted out of the fight. He was looking to get an easy decision, or maybe he didn't want to lose. I personally think he really couldn't see. I don't know if you saw the pictures afterwards, but it looks pretty gnarly. And when you have a guy with hand speed like Song Yadong and power, Cejudo's thinking to himself, bro, I'm risking getting chinned by this guy. I got badly poked in the eye. And now I'm going to continue with a serious detriment to my ability. Very unfortunate circumstance that happens, man. Fucking eye pokes absolutely suck. Accidental or not, they absolutely suck. The fight, a loss for Cejudo on paper, but still, a little bit of an asterisk because it was, less than optimal circumstance for that third round. He got kicked in the nuts. He got poked in the eye. And then he ends up losing the fight on the cards. What do you think, Finch?
I think Jason Herzog tried his best, but fucked it up. I mean, when the fighter says they can't see, you wave the thing off. That's the way it is. That's just the way it is. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun.
Right.
Things will never be the same. I mean, that's just the way it is, man.
Yeah.
Henry Cejudo did not look bad. He was starting to whoop Song's ass at the end of that second round. It was a fun fight. I think Henry Cejudo needs to get back to chain wrestling. You know, it's like he shoots these quick takedowns. It's like the first 20%. He does the penetration step. He gets to the leg, and then right away he's off of it. Bop, bop, I'll throw some punches or something. It's like what happened to Henry, who would shoot and then come up on that body lock, right? Shoot, come up on that clinch, under, over, boom, hit that inside trip. You know how Hamza Chimaev will shoot into you, and then boom, he turns the corner, right? It's called chain wrestling. I want to see Henry Cejudo get back to chain wrestling, because when Henry does that, he beats the fuck out of people. When he's just like boxer Henry, you know, with the calf kicks in the karate stance, these are close fights. He beat Merab in the first round. I thought he took the second round of that one. But, you know, at 38 years old, it didn't look like he would be the favorite heading into those later rounds, eye poke or not. So let's see Henry Cejudo in 3-round fights with bantamweights more like his age. And I think it'll be some fun ones, man. Him and Jose Aldo, that sounds fantastic.
Yeah, that's a good one, but I feel like they're not going to do him like that. Dana White, after the fight, first thing, he shut down a potential rematch completely. And then Dana White, you know, seems to still have a bad taste in his mouth, you know, when it's considered Cejudo because of that retirement many years ago. I feel like they won't give him Aldo. They're going to try to do Mario Batista, and they're going to try to build Batista off of him. I really feel like that's what they're going to do. They're not going to do a Legends fight, Cejudo and Aldo, which would be really fucking cool. Like, can you imagine that on a Brazil card, main event of a fight night, featured fight, or even a co-main event of a pay-per-view? There's definitely a lot of eyes that'd be interested.
Cool.
To happen. I like that fight too.
Fuck
I just don't think they do it, man. How the UFC match
hear you.
makes, they're going to use them to build somebody else.
I hear you. That
It's not
checks
even good
out.
races.
Yeah, that checks out. That makes sense. You understand the motives behind the matchmaking. I'm speaking from pure fans' perspective.
Yeah,
I think that the Jose Aldo versus Henry Cejudo fight makes sense. And my buddy Kevin, who jumps into the show sometimes with little donos, Kevin said he'd take Jose Aldo in that one. I don't know. That's a cool fight, but that's one that'll, you know, that's how you get that. Like it works as a, I would be down with that as a co-main event of anything. But you're right. They probably give him another young kid they're trying to build. Henry Cejudo's 38. 38-year-olds at bantamweight don't generally do shit. So him even, you know, being in there in a pretty damn competitive fight with Song was good. 13 for 13 on the calf kicks. By the way, the stats said that all 26 of those calf kicks landed. Bullshit. I watched the fight back just to make sure. Some of them were checked. You know, Henry threw one, and then Song turns his knee out and checks it on the shin, and they still count the calf kicks. Who the fuck is doing the stats? Just know that when you look at those stats, they're wrong. Just know that they're a little wrong. You know, they threw that graphic up in like the second round. It was, oh yeah, calf kick.
Yeah, I look at the stats all night, and sometimes I'm scratching my head. I'm like, what? Real quick, we actually got donos in, Finch, before we keep going. Rated PR. He actually did this before we went live. Thank you for the gifted membership, Rated PR. You're a gangster. Sorry we took so long to get to that. We apologize. Pick'em MMA, $5. AJ been cooking. Let's fucking go. 50K subs soon. Listen, bro, we're on the way to 50K. Finch is on the way to 10K. We're making waves in the fight game. Let's go.
Let's go. Thank you. Pick'em. Wouldn't be the same without Pick'em in the house. Appreciate you, dog.
Let's go. My guy, Pick'em, bro. He held the fort down when Finch was out of town for a couple weeks. He's right. Listen, when there's an urgency, we say Pick'em. What are you up to, my man? Let's go.
Pick'em, jump in. All right, man. Yeah, Cejudo versus Song was fun. I agree. Wrap it up, you know.
Yeah.
It's a nice gesture that they'd run it back, but we kind of got the idea here, you know. It was never the best matchup. You know, I wanted to see Henry Cejudo and Dominic Cruz.
Yeah, that rematch, it honestly, you know, seemed like they might be working towards making it at one point, but then they ended up going Font versus Cruz, and obviously Cruz injured in training camp. Fight with Rob Font canceled. He retires. Cejudo fight Song. I think he got outworked by the prospect on the come up or contender on the come up. And it's normally how it goes, though. Like you said, Finch, how many 38-year-old bantamweights are running shit at the top? It's just zero. It doesn't happen. But could Cejudo win another fight? Maybe. I just don't think they're going to give him matchups that favor him. They're going to give him guys that can put a pace on him. They're going to give him guys with advantages. They'll give him Mario Batista. Batista's bigger than him. Batista's younger than him. Batista's on a roll right now. They're not going to give him the Aldo fight, even though I will say I would be happy to see it because it'd be kind of a nice send-off for two legends of the sport to fight each other. Like, that would be badass. It's
Come on,
just
UFC. That's what we want to see, man. I haven't seen anybody back it up in the chat, but Jose Aldo and Henry's the right fight.
It'd be a great fight.
And then give Song, I don't know, Piotr Jan. Give him
that rematch, though. They just fought recently. Yeah, he eventually could earn it, but I don't know. With Song,
AJ's the matchmaker.
I'm Mr. fucking matchmaker. Now you got me thinking. I remember I think that I mentioned somebody on Saturday night, but it was like fucking 1 a.m. I think Marlon Vera versus Song Yadong 2 is the perfect fight. Song won a controversial decision at featherweight when they fought years ago. I remember watching that fight at my uncle's house years ago. I think that's the one to make. Song versus Vera 2.
Arthur, if this is true, if you trained with me and Pat Curran back in the day, then tell me what gym it was at, and then we'll know it's the real deal.
Boom. Yeah, I like that, Finch. Putting him to the test, man. Listen, Finch DM Cejudo. Did Cejudo reply to you?
I'll check.
Do I have to get the whole chat to fucking stop blowing him up?
Yeah, we'll just start rating Cejudo's page.
Cejudo's page. Join the Finch man.
He's active now. Should I just I'll just call him?
I'd call him right now. I'd say, Finch. I would say, even if he just answers on the phone, we get Cejudo on the phone would be funny. I don't care. Anything, it don't matter.
All right. So what's the question if we get him live on the phone? What's the question?
What do you want to ask him? Chat, do you got a question?
You would have one question. Yeah, chat. What do we ask Henry Cejudo if I call him right now? Give me a good one.
In a perfect world, what's his send-off fight?
Yeah. Is the Jose Aldo fight next? All right, ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Here we go.
Come on, Cejudo. Guys, fingers crossed. We need luck for a Cejudo answer. Finch is calling Henry Cejudo at the moment. He's buzzing him.
Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun,
Scottsdale,
dun.
Arizona.
Scottsdale. And is he ignoring you, Finch?
We're ringing. We're ringing, folks. We're getting behind the scenes.
Cejudo.
Behind the scenes. He's currently in a strip club right now. He's like, what the fuck?
I fucking tell him pick up, bro. He's in the middle of a lap dance. It's good entertainment. What the fuck is happening?
Hang on, baby. Hello?
Yeah, hello. Whoa, Mike Finch is calling me.
Yo,
when Finch calls, you answer.
I'm jumping off the Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Come on. We got to fucking get... Come on, Cejudo. When the Finch calls...
Does it normally ring? Doesn't do the...
It's not ringing?
It says calling, but...
Pick'em says Cejudo's too short. He can't reach the phone.
That's why he took 5 minutes, then finished the rounds and took the L. I know, man. The way it said no answer.
Wow. Dude, Cejudo will repost Finch's shit, but he won't answer his phone call. Come on, bro.
All right, I'll keep the phone nearby just in case.
Come on, Cejudo. Give the guy a fucking call.
That's all good. I mean, he's got nothing to like. What is he gonna say? Yeah, I got poked in the eye. It's probably not fun doing a fucking interview after that shit.
But we're gonna talk about something next. We're gonna talk about the future. We're gonna talk about a perfect send off. This is positive, I think.
You know,
he's on Bisbing soon. Well, he should have stopped by us first, man.
Hey,
listen. Come on.
All right.
On.
Bisping lives down over there. I'll fucking go.
Why are you not on Bisbing show? We need Mike Finch on Bisbing show. That's what I want to see.
Cool. I saw Rampage this morning. He's got a podcast going on.
Dude, Jackson Pod's pretty big nowadays. You talk to him?
Yeah, Rampage is lifting weights in the morning at UFC gym. I should last like that. Somebody's
no. Listen, if I was at UFC gym, I think I could get his attention, bro. I'm like, Rampage, you want to work some sets of bench, bro? If I can push some weight, we'll get him on the fucking show, man.
He's strong as fuck. Arthur, that is true. It was the judo school in Grays Lake, so that is the correct town. So
holy shit,
that's pretty good. Arthur, what's up, dude? Thank you for tuning in, and shout out to When We Trained. I can't put a face to a name, but if you DM me on Instagram at Mike Finch MMA, I'd be happy to. Thank you for sliding through.
Shout out, bro. That's cool as fuck, man. Yo, Rampage on the show would do numbers, just so you know, Finch.
I can talk to Rampage.
Rampage
he's gonna be
seems like
by.
he
He's
might
gonna. I think he'll be at UFC Gym again on Thursday. So this Thursday night, if you're in Huntington Beach, California, you could probably meet Rampage Thursday night, like 7 p.m.
Just bother him every set. He's fucking ready to knock somebody out.
No, he's slinging his drink, dude. He's slinging his
Oh shit.
F3.
Oh, he's got an energy drink?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. I'd try it. Shit.
Yeah. Rampage has got a it's an energy drink. So.
That's cool as shit, actually. Holy fuck. I didn't know that.
It's fucked up.
Damn.
I don't think I've tried it. I need to try it.
Listen, you get it Thursday. You try it. You let him know what you think. You better tell him it's fucking great, Mike. We need him on the show. We'll fucking shout out the drink on the show.
I'll gas him up.
What's he doing? Why don't we have the drink sponsor? Rampage's drink sponsor on Moneyline 2025? Fuck,
that checks out. I actually am
right.
working on something. I didn't even tell AJ that. I am in the middle of working on something.
Ooh, okay.
I didn't even tell AJ that, but we'll see.
Can I just have a hint?
Huntington Beach is too rich for us LA folks. LA ain't cheap either, dog. Can you have a hint?
Yeah.
Wow. It has to do it's the brand of an old fighter, a retired martial artist.
And he's a Huntington Beach guy?
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Okay. Old retired fighter, something. If it's is it weed? Oh shit. All right. It's not weed. All right. So it's not Mike Tyson then. I didn't know maybe if it's
not
Tyson.
Mike Tyson. I could have asked Mike Tyson. I could have said, Mike,
what are you doing?
Tyson 2.0. I could have asked him. But nah, it's not.
Oh shit.
Mike. And if we wanted to talk to Mike, Henry's the right guy. Henry's the fucking right guy.
Henry replies to everything, but when you need him most. What the hell, Henry? Come on, dude.
Henry. What the fuck, Henry?
He'll come on eventually. I think like we need to somehow conquer these Cali guys. If we can get Rampage on a little random call in.
How fucking high is he here? Mike Vince. Holy shit.
Cejudo's funny, man. I like Cejudo, man. He's funny as shit, dude.
He's a good dude. All right. Were there other fights on this card?
There was. Let's talk a little bit of the other action that went down. Co-main event, Fluffy Hernandez handled business after a scare in round 1. Well, obviously I want to hear your take on the fight, but also just keep this question in mind because I want to ask you, what do you think of his matchups forthcoming? Like, how does he fare against the upper echelon? Now we've seen it because you beat Brendan Allen, you're top 7 now, top 8. How does he fare against those guys towards the top?
Again, Brendan Allen's good. And it was fun. You know, both of them show like great jiu-jitsu in moments, and then both of them made mistakes. Like the way they were able to reverse each other was just a little too. There were obvious mistakes they made, so that was interesting. Like again, shades of high level grappling for sure. And I'm gonna be a pretty big critic of people's grappling in general. But it was bizarre. Like Fluffy, how are you letting them take your back like that? I don't know, getting swept and shit. So it was interesting to see that. But I mean, those two are fucking good. I could see, both of them. Brendan Allen's ranked number 9. Anthony Hernandez, number 12, beats him. Now ahead of him is Marvin Vettori, Jared Cannonier, Caio Barallo, Rob Whitaker. I mean, you can move him up, How does he fare against Caio? Probably take Caio. How does he fare against Izzy? Does he beat Izzy? Is that Izzy's next fight? I don't know.
Oh, that is interesting. Huh.
Sean Strickland bouncing back. I'd rather see Strickland Whitaker. Jared Cannonier just won. Jared Cannonier and Anthony Hernandez. I don't know. But no, it was a good fight, and Anthony Hernandez was able to put on, and he's got great takedown ability. I think that's underrated in his game, is his ability to hit takedowns. Like his ability to hit takedowns is pretty impressive. And
broke the record at middleweight.
Yeah, broke the record at middleweight during the fight. So you got to respect him for that. He's good for sure. Is he top 5? Remains to be seen.
I like a fight for him. I have a perfect one.
Go ahead.
The Lidze Vettori winner versus Hernandez. That's a good fight. So if they're fighting 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, perfect.
I like that.
Makes sense.
That makes sense. That would be the slow way to walk him up. Yeah.
If
But
they're
Izzy's got to fight somebody.
True.
Probably a striker, right?
That's the thing with Izzy. I have
MVP?
no idea. Yo, they're not doing MVP Izzy. MVP going back down. He said Izzy's his brother, dude.
Brothers fight all the time. Come on,
Well,
man.
they don't want to do it for
They're
money.
both
I don't
black?
know.
Like, what the fuck?
That's what he said. I'm just telling you what he said, Finch. Well,
What
after
kind of
the
racist
Saudi
shit
Arabia,
is this?
talk,
What, black people can't fight each other? What the fuck are we
he
talking
said.
about here?
Listen,
This is
I didn't make it up.
crazy.
I'm just telling you what they said, bro. I'm just telling you what they said.
Motherfuckers even met each other before? What the fuck?
Once or twice, my friend. And that's
Can you
it.
imagine if I was like, I'll fight anybody but white people? You'd be like, what the fuck?
Finch, you probably be fuck it. I don't know, man. They probably somehow call you. They call you a racist for sure. Yeah, you would be. Yeah,
You don't have to. You don't have to. But
That's
yeah, I would definitely say that. Anthony Hernandez is top 10.
Mhm.
I don't. Based on that performance, I don't think he's top 5.
Yeah.
He's got a ways to go with the striking, and but he's a threat. Like I think he gets run over by like a Khamzat Chimaev, but I think DDP whoops his ass. But like he could beat those bottom 5.
I'm interested. We'll see what's next for Fluffy. Same with Allen. Overall, decent fight. The fight before, Finch, man, me and you called magic in a close back and forth fight. We picked the boxing of Rob Font to win. I called it as my fucking dog lock this week. I went Savage dog lock. I said
I
gotta
gave
go
it out
Font.
on the premium channel.
shit.
Boom!
Good shit, Finch.
Dog
Listen,
money, folks.
Dog money savagery, bro.
Fuck with us.
When me and Finch are on a dog, you gotta listen. I think that Rob Font did win. I saw a lot of fucking people saying robbery. I did score it for him, but it was Finch. You don't agree with the score? I fucking looked at it close. Round number 1. Here's what I'll tell you happened. Yes, it was a dirty shot, but the fucking punches, the jab cross that rocked Matsumoto early, and the straight punches he landed, he had success. Then he got touched with a nice right hand, and then there was takedowns and control by Matsumoto. I think the damage by Font early negates the takedown and control and the one good punch from Matsumoto in round 1. So I give Font round 1 just barely. Round number 2, competitive, but Matsumoto's takedowns and slams were effective. Round 3, dominant by Rob Font. I gave it to Font. I thought he got 29-28. I thought he did just enough. Close.
Yeah. No, I gave it to Font too. No,
Yeah.
that's not what I'm saying.
Oh, I thought you were looking at me a different way. My
No,
bad.
maybe I
thought
misheard you. I thought you were gonna go the other way with that the scoring was bad. Like I was reacting to you saying other people thought it was bad scoring.
Okay.
Because it was close, but damage wise, I thought Font took it.
Yeah, same. He did really well in round 3, but Matsumoto on short notice had a good account for himself. At 25 years old, he definitely made a bit of a statement, even in loss, that he's going to be legit pretty soon.
He did throw that 1-2 off the glove touch. That was
he did.
That was fucked up.
That might have won him the fight, to be honest. That 1-2 off the fuck it. Hey, what happened? What happened to Melsik Baghdasaryan? He's dapping up fucking Silva, and then he gets laid out. Instead, he should have hit him.
Oh,
right. Shit. It's the fucking strat. The fuck?
Oh, shit.
That's what he should have done.
I think that he won the fight, but it was definitely close, man.
Yeah.
Matsumoto, I just wasn't sold on, and Matsumoto was the one filling in. Remember, Rob Font was supposed to fight Cruz?
Tom Cruise.
And then Cruz retired, so Rob Font had that date ready to go.
Yeah.
And then they made Matsumoto the favorite. I just wasn't sold, and that's why. So,
yeah.
Dog money. It wasn't even the lock or the parlay or whatever. That was your lock?
Yes, sir. I said 29-28. I knew I was going to go. He's going to get it just barely. I knew it was going to be a sweaty one. I know it would be. Of course, I knew. But I said, I think Font can do just enough to pull through. And
that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, man. Let's go. Fuck it. Savage mode USA in this whole finish. We went with Rob Font. Now, we're just talking about Gene Silva, Melsik, talking about dapping up and high fives. Melsik Baghdasaryan was getting dapped up. Gene Silva loves to high five his opponents, right? That throws the fucking rhythm off. It's a genius strategy because Melsik actually seemed like he was starting to cook a little bit. Then they're dapping up and boom, death touch, fight over. Left to the straight right. Gene Silva, like butter, drops Baghdasaryan bad. And then he's like looking at him like, hey, it's done. And then the fucking vicious ground and pound and call it wraps in round 1. Gene Silva looks scary, man.
Yo, how did ECK Stacks know that I paint pumpkins? I don't carve them. How the fuck? How did you even know that?
Well, he watches you at night.
I'm completely sober.
He watches you, Finch. From outside your house.
Crazy.
He looks. He watches.
I do paint the pumpkin. That's crazy as fuck.
That guy's on point.
Yeah, man. This was a decapitation. Bagdasaryan kind of leaves himself a little open. They're like, world champion kickboxer. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. You just get to be a world champion. You just get to say that shit. Like, what
title did he win? That's what I don't know. It's like,
yeah, what do they mean by that? Like, if I win a local grappling tournament, am I the world champion grappler? Like, who decides what the world championship is in kickboxing? I would say glory at this point.
Glory, yeah.
In MMA it'd be the UFC
or one championship.
The NFL,
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, what is it in kickboxing, and what are you talking about? Because he can't box, man, and so Silva came in and threw punches.
Yeah, I want to know what fucking belt did he hold, because I look up his kickboxing record and it's not like you see, he has a ton of fights. What, 9-2 I'm seeing in kickboxing? He did fight in the K1 World Grand Prix. So I guess, to be fair, he fought in K1, but I see a loss in the K1 Welterweight Championship in 2018. He won the Wulun Fang International Championship. That doesn't sound like a world championship, though. It sounds like international championship. So I don't know. Maybe
make up the Mike Finch International Championship, and then I win it, and then it's like, I'm the world champion. That's not how that works, y'all. So chill, commentators. How many times did they do that? They started complimenting him, and then Gene Silva knocks him out. They started complimenting. What was the earlier fight?
Which one?
They started complimenting. Was it the first fight of the night? The two strikers? Was that it?
The quick KO?
He's looking really comfortable, and then he gets knocked the fuck out.
Was it Basharat with Simone?
That was that might have been it. Yeah,
that might have been it.
Oh
right?
yeah, that's right. That's right. They're like Fareed Basharat. He's been looking so comfortable on the feet all night. Boom! Gets knocked the fuck out. It's like they curse these guys, man.
They curse them. It's the jinx effect, dude. This one here was a breakout for Silva. Any final notes I want to keep running through real quick?
Run it.
Menafield Walker, close and competitive. Menafield scraped by. Decent debut. I mean, Walker's got some defensive inefficiencies, but he's pretty fucking strong, and
so does
he's got heart. Tough kid. Tough 25-year-old, man. Definitely has potential.
There's some promise, but you could just see how he's green. First fight was kind of a tough one for him. His problem was the power in the hands of Menafield. Menafield could just go in there and get dirty, but it was a close fight.
Yeah, it was super close. And AJ, thank you for $2.99. Fluffy beat Allen with the flu. He breaks DDP easily. That sounds like a bit of a pun.
Whoa.
Whoa. Easily, bro.
I don't know, man. Dricus Duplessis, don't get tired. We'll see how Dricus looks against Hamzat. If it's real bad, then we know. If it's a real good fight, because Hamzat's wrestling is another level better. Although, like I said, the takedowns of Fluffy are underrated. So that's a good one. That's fair. That's a good one.
I think DDP would handle business. And I like Fluffy, but DDP handles him.
DDP.
Costa, Feely, quick action. I think this was a good win for Costa. His striking looked nice. But I will say, come on, Finch. Is it a lapse of fight IQ? Feely escapes the first guillotine attempt, and then he fucking leaves his head out again. And he just leaves it there to get grabbed. It's like it's wrapping around him and he's doing nothing as it's going around. I'm like thinking, wouldn't you just fucking try to back out? Let's get up to the
hands.
feet.
Yeah, there's lots of options. Waiting is not one. For you to get guillotined inside of a full guard in 2025 in a UFC fight, that's pretty bad, bro. And don't get me wrong. If you shoot a takedown and they wrap it up during the takedown, that's different. Homie literally sat up and threw the guillotine. And if that's not patchy mix, you should not be getting guillotined like that.
It was so easy. It's like I saw it coming, and I'm watching, and it wasn't like it was lightning. He set it up, he took his time, then he got it, and it's like done. And I'm like, what the? Feely's been in the UFC for 12 years. I don't understand how that happened. Nice win for Costa. His striking was looking good. And this is not me trying to, downplay his W, but just have to question the decision making of Feely in that spot. I don't understand what was happening. Honestly, as bad as maybe early the striking exchanges were going. I was rather surprised to see Feely shooting takedowns, especially the single leg like that, like how he got him down with his head out. I just felt like, knowing Costa's slickness on the mat, wouldn't you avoid putting yourself in a compromised spot? Maybe a trip against the cage or smothering him up. Like I could see a takedown from there, even maybe a quick double leg against the cage, something. But that open mat takedown, I just feel like that leaves you so vulnerable against a guy like Costa. Weird.
Especially because Feely, you would think would want to strike with him. So, yeah, bizarre shit from Feely. Got his ass whooped. On the flip side, Costa looked good. So, note taken.
Yeah, let's go. Then the fight before, fraud check alert. Kute lava. Listen, bro, this was my second favorite dog in the card. I'd say it's my favorite dog of the prelims. Fucking hell, bro. Handle business. I think Aslan is a dangerous striker, but the big question mark around him has, for me, been his defense, his cardio, and how he fights from his back. Right now, what do we know about him? Defense, cardio, still is a question mark around it. But his bottom game, holy shit, man. Kute Lava fucking wrecked him when they got to the mat. Arm triangle first round, handled business with ease. He really, I don't know, man. He busted the prospect. It wasn't like it was a competitive back and forth. Like Kute Lava took him down and ran him over. He had a little trouble striking, but we know Aslan can throw heavy hands. He's a powerful guy. But damn, bro, Kute Lava exploited Aslan seriously, man. Fraud check.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question here that Aslan's ground game was a stinking pile of garbage. Like the way he was able to just hit that head and arm choke, just kind of threw it on there. It wasn't even the most beautiful setup. Now, Kutelaba's competent on the ground. That was enough. And that was a late touch for me, too. I did do a late bet on Kutelaba. And after I saw the submission, I was like, I should have really dug into the props here, because I wonder what that fucking line was. Kutelaba submission made a lot of sense. And sure enough, he busts out a fucking submission. So good for Kutelaba. Just because Aslan's, ground game is suspect and turns out it did not pass the test. It's guilty. Is it better to push in forearms to escape than try to fight the hands? If it's a head and arm choke, the best escape I've ever seen is Craig Jones, where he's in a head and arm choke and he just rolls his legs over his head and does like a reverse somersault to get out. It's fucking awesome. The old school one is answering the phone, so you clear your shoulder off of your artery so they can't restrict the blood flow. Answer the phone, and then you can whip your arm over the top. Or a Hail Mary one is to grab your leg and extend your legs. Guess what Aslan did? None of those. Ground game looking bad.
Actually, the best escape for the arm triangle, all things considered, is a tap. I mean, they let go right away.
I mean, they do let go right away. You know what I thought you were going to say? What's that old heavyweight fight? That big motherfucker. He was in a head and arm choke and he was punching the guy. Was it Brendan Schaub against him? And he was punching Brendan Schaub over the top. His arms are so fucking long.
What guy was
LeVar
that?
Johnson?
No shit, LeVar Johnson. Yeah, I think that is the fight you're talking about.
With the LeVar Johnson reference.
What?
Your boy. Yeah. That was the coolest defense. Just start punching him in the face.
Yeah, that honestly was a fun style. Man. Yeah, I don't know. I was just glad I called this fucking Kute Lava one. A lot of people do. The Turkish fans were going crazy on me all week. It's like they thought Aslan was the second coming, and I think not. Kute Lava, good performance. We'll run through real quick a couple more, Finch. Ribovics, Mechanico. I just want to say Ribovics looked like a gangster. He made Mechanico look very average. I mean, to be honest, that's a harsh criticism. And I think Mechanico's a tough guy. And I'm not trying to bash a dude chasing his dream here, but I think he fought fearful. He was very worried about the counter, specifically of that straight by Ribovics. Mechanical being a southpaw, right? They say it leaves you a bit vulnerable to the, straight from the fighter that is orthodox. And I would say that Ribovics is better at straight punches than Mechanical, but there was one exchange in the first round. Mechanico's throwing like a naked left hook from way out of range. He was not committing at all to closing the distance. He wasn't really willing to take risks. And then he wasn't even shooting takedowns. I think it was, I don't know, man. It's a rough performance. He really just seemed to have no answer to Ribovics striking, and feel as though he was trying hard to avoid getting caught, and then ultimately fighting so safety first, he ends up getting caught himself. It's put out, handled easily.
Man. And there was UFC debut, and that's a tough one to have. You guys could see clearly Ribovics' proper places at middleweight, and he's fucking dangerous on the feet, man.
Good.
Puts him out in the second round. Solid performance by Ribovics. Don't doubt the kid.
I like Ribovics. We got a dono in chat too. You want to grab it, Finchmeister?
Oh shit, yeah, I got you. I'm over here opening other stuff.
Hey,
Paulo Costa is the Michael Chandler of middleweight. You're reaching with that one, AJ.
I don't see it.
I don't see it, dog. They're both jacked. That's all I can see.
Yeah,
that's all I see. But you know, Michael Chandler's got a big fight on his hands coming up here against Patty the Batty. Oh, Patty the Batty. Oh, Patty the Batty. And I think Michael, well, maybe we should save that one, eh? Maybe we should save that one. But, you know, that's an interesting fight for sure. And then Paulo Costa, it's back to the drawing board for Paulo. He's better on Instagram than he is in the cage right now. So Paulo's been fighting tough competition, though. Strickland, Whitaker. I mean, it's time for Paulo to get, you know, how about the Izzy rematch? No, I'm just kidding. Thank you, AJ.
Let's go. Shout out. Couple more real quick. Simone, we got to give him a proper shout. Holy shit. Separated Basharat, nearly separated Basharat's head from his fucking body. Violent KO. My God. My God. You know what was beautiful about this, though, is the fact that, like, the left lifted the head of Basharat and the fucking wide right comes in. And Basharat slams his head against the canvas. You know what's funny, Finch? This one right here, I think I jinxed Basharat. I was saying during the weigh-in show, I said, man, his head is so freakishly large. He's like a bobblehead. I was like, it should give him better durability. Sure enough, he's chinned in round one, and that head's bobbling against the fucking ground. Holy shit, man. Brutal KO. Ricky Simone was a savage.
Yeah, it just, you know, Ricky Simone exploded in there, and you could see him evolving, man. I mean, Ricky Simone, you know, a wrestler, a guy with great cardio, a guy who could push a pace, and now you better respect the hands too. So Ricky Simone, a solid dog. It's one of those, you know, sometimes I do this where I knew to avoid the Basharat pick. I saw people throwing him in parlays and shit. I knew to avoid the Basharat pick, but I didn't end up jumping on the dog. And I think I need to do that more often, because sometimes I'm like, I'll avoid this favorite. I got to reverse engineer that. Nah, this is the dog to go with, right? Ricky Simone gets it done.
Let's go. I'm excited to see how our picks line up this week, bro. I'm actually really excited. We're almost there. Real quick, Abdul Malik rocked with a spinning back fist that connected with the elbow in round number one. Klein had some moments of success, but gassed in round two, outdogged by Malik, and he posted. I said during the stream on the live, I was like, bro, a live bet right now on Malik, you know, whatever it was, minus 150, I think at one point. I was like, bro, he's going to handle business. It's Klein in round one or it's all done, and Malik did what he did.
Malik's explosive, man. Malik was able to get him out of there with a big flurry. Get Klein turning his back, so it's the finish we predicted.
Yeah, absolutely. And then fight before, starting the night off, Bukowski's fraud check Sakara, bro. I was singing my praises a bit hype about Bukowski's. I really thought he would fraud check him bad, and he actually did it better than I thought. I thought maybe we'd go 2 rounds. Holy shit.
Yeah.
One big shot.
Yeah.
I said, though, during this fight, I said, you know what? This makes me question Aslan's game even more, seeing how Sequeira does not respond well to getting hit. And then sure enough, Aslan a few fights later catches an L.
Exactly. Yeah, beautiful performance by Bukowskis. Bukowskis is really turning a leaf here, man. I think he's better than ever. I think he's proved it here. And they had a couple striking exchanges where shit was dangerous for both of them, but Bukowskis, just proper timing, knows when to pounce. Like when he has you hurt, he gets you out of there. Very impressive.
Yeah, let's go. I'm hyped.
Training at UFC Gym is great. Come through UFC Gym Huntington Beach and see your boy. If you guys just want to get in shape, like I go to Art of Jiu-Jitsu, it's $300 a month. You go to a UFC gym for like $30 a month.
What?
Fucking come at you for real.
How much are the classes? Like, let's say you want to do the MMA classes at Huntington Beach. What are they charging?
$79 a month right now.
That's not bad. That's crazy.
You got like 5 jiu-jitsu black belts to coach you.
That's
$79 a month.
Why is it such a good deal? I don't understand. That's crazy.
Because we have over 5,000 members. So
that's
we make it
sick, dude.
It's a 47,000 square foot gym. 42,000 online, but our landlord says it's 47,000. It's one of those, dude. I don't know.
Holy
but
shit.
It's a big ass gym. So
That's
you know, we're able to have enough members to make it work. It's not one of these you know, shopping plaza gyms. So So, we got cryotherapy, we got saunas, we got a track around the gym, full size cage, multiple mat areas, group fitness rooms, full cardio equipment, weights. It looks like an LA Fitness mixed with an MMA gym.
If I lived in Huntington Beach, Finch, I'd be there every day, bro. You know I would. I fucking live.
I know, brother.
I know,
Matter of fact, come to think of it, your boy might be in Florida next month. We'll have to see.
Yeah,
that's right,
dude.
That's
you let me know, and we'll fucking definitely hang out, bro.
Yeah, we'll have to set up the live show. Everybody gonna freak out.
Yes. Oh yeah, we'll do it, bro. We'll get it set, bro. We got multiple mics. We'll get it cooked. We'll make it happen, bro.
All right, cool. I'll let you know.
Let's go, my guy. Listen, we got to talk about this forthcoming fight night here. And I'm pretty damn excited for everything. So if you're watching and you haven't yet, make sure you all hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, and let's jump into things. Fight number one. Hold up. Before we start talking about what is this card placement? The only other fight on the card with a ranked fighter outside of the main event is the opening bout on the card. UFC.
Makes no sense.
What? Yeah. A personal vendetta against Johnson is, I think, the reason. But in turn, let's say Temirov has a showcase fight. They're limiting the visibility of a hot prospect on the come up. So do not agree with this. Crazy to me. I was bitching about it earlier. I said I got to mention on Moneyline. What is this placement?
This is co-main event, dude.
This is co-main event. So starting tonight, we have the co-main event of the evening. Charles Johnson versus Ramazan Temirov. Competitive fight. I am picking Ramazan Temirov because I do like his explosiveness, power threat, his ability to mix in spinning kicks to the body, which is a weird technique, but he really makes it work. Charles Johnson is a good distance range kickboxer and normally very strong takedown defense, but we've seen him put on his back a few times and handled. Ramazan Temirov is a guy that likes to use his striking, almost karate-esque with his stand-up, but I wouldn't be shocked if he uses the threat of takedowns to time some big shots. I think competitive matchup, but I won't lie to you, Finch. I have a lot of faith in Ramazan Temirov. The guy's a knockout artist at 125 pounds. I think he can catch Johnson with a couple big ones, win some key exchanges, and in a hard-fought decision, take it home against the vet.
Yeah, I like Charles Johnson, man. I've picked him quite a bit. But in this matchup, I think Temirov's problem is wrestling. Great high-level wrestlers who could take him down and hold him down. Charles Johnson's going to kind of fall right into his strong suit. I could just see him having the more damaging moments here. So if it goes long, this thing could be 29-28. It could be a good fight. I do like Charles Johnson. He has solid Muay Thai. He has a solid game everywhere the fight goes. But I think Temirov's more talented, more dynamic, and more powerful. I think he does the damage. I think Temirov gets it.
I think Temirov with key moments wins the fight. -125 for Temirov, so close money, but he does only have one UFC fight. Johnson very well-versed, experienced, and on a 4-fight winning streak. Johnson +105, and over 2.5 is -200, but note something. Ramazan Temirov is one of the hardest punchers we've seen in the flyweight division. He has 11 knockout wins, all in the first round, and he's literally won his past 5 fights by knockout in the first round. The guy is the essence of terrifying force, and if he's successful against Charles Johnson, this is somebody that could easily be put on the fast track at 125. And I won't lie to you, Finch. I think Charles Johnson on paper might be one of the harder stylistic matchups because of such a range advantage. Temirov, relatively shorter guy at 5'4", doesn't have the same reach either, with only a 63-inch reach. Johnson 5'9" with a 70-inch reach. This is the one where he's really going to have to close a lot of distance against a long guy like Johnson. But I think he's successful, and I also think physicality, pound for pound, they tie up, like you said, with the wrestling factor. I could see Temirov timing some key takedowns. I'm going to say Temirov wins the fight, and he handles Charles Johnson. He finishes what Joshua Van was unable to finish. And I think Temirov's a hot commodity, man. Real legit prospect on the come up, and I can't wait.
Yeah, CJ Vergara is a solid striker too, but you're right, 5'6" versus the Charles Johnson 5'9" will be interesting. I think it's a good fight. Make no mistake. I think Charles Johnson's in it, but we're on the same side.
Yeah, we're both going to go. I had a feeling that this would be the call. I think Temirov, you have to pick a guy like this with this potential until, proven otherwise. I mean, the dude's on literally a 10-fight winning streak right now. He's 28 years old with 20 pro fights, and I think he just seems to have the special rub Charles Johnson seeming like the popular people's underdog this week at this point. And I think Temirov probably handles it. I think it could be 29-28. Now, granted, Temirov hits really hard, and I'll never count him out by KO. It's always a possibility. So that money line at Temirov could be intriguing for some looking to throw down. If you do want to touch the KO prop because you're looking for more excitement, it's plus 250 with a Temirov decision at plus 220. So both live methods. I don't know. KO or decision could be more appealing to me, but I don't have that line available at the moment.
And you know what? Charles Johnson's fought a decent amount of competition in the UFC. Generally goes long.
This guy says, Tannis, my guy, thank you for the 199. He says, plus money T Johnson. He wins. He's the dog. Listen, bro, you just said T Johnson. Temirov. You meant Temirov wins because he's the slight favorite. I think he just misspoke, man. He just jinxed himself.
Yeah, what's that? He threw both fighters in there. I think if he spelled out Johnson, I think he's going with C Johnson. I think that's what he's talking about.
I think so.
Thank you, Tannis. Yo, you're not the only one, man. A lot of people are picking Charles Johnson. He's definitely competent. He has nice Muay Thai. He doesn't make stupid mistakes. So, yeah, I could imagine these two being in a competitive.
This is a good one.
I think Helen Keller could cook up a better co-main, bro. What's going on? You know, this literally is a better fight than the co-main.
Yeah, agreed.
This is good.
This is great.
This co-main event where I like this matchup.
Let's go. Listen, Finchman and I both riding with Temirov. OV getting it done to start the night. We got more action. Next fight, Montana De La Rosa versus Luana Carolina. I'll say Carolina can win some key exchanges and use her physicality to stop some key takedowns. De La Rosa is really experienced, but she doesn't have a lot of speed. Her boxing is okay, but ultimately I think Carolina is the cleaner striker. 13-9 as a pro. Like, say what you want about Carolina, but she's on a nice 3-fight win streak right now. She's gotten better at stopping takedowns. She's always active with punch combinations. She's unorthodox and herky-jerky, but has deceptive hand speed. And I just think that gives a lot of trouble to De La Rosa. So I'm going to go Carolina to handle business, Finch.
Yeah, slight lean Luana Carolina. I think De La Rosa has to hit takedowns. You know, she was able to get Andrea Lee down to the mat a couple times, but you know, I think the striking comes through for Luana Carolina. So it's a tough one though. I mean, to quote the Grinch, I wouldn't touch this with a 39.5-foot pole. Don't bet on this fight.
I think it's just better to avoid some of these ladies' fights. Like Carolina, she could outstrike her, win a competitive decision, but not an impossibility. De La Rosa controls her on the ground a bit. Yeah, it's not really one of the favorite bets. Not even close, actually. Probably goes over 2.5 at minus 450, but I don't know, man. A couple of these last cards, we've had minimal women's fights, and I think the success rate is higher, just like not risking it on the ladies. Carolina decision plus 100, but yeah, nothing intriguing.
Really? Oh, God, you had to tell me that. Jesus. Plus decisions. 100 for Carolina decision. That should be the most likely outcome.
And it is.
The most likely outcome is Carolina decision, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Close.
You had to tell me that.
Sorry.
You know, I'm joking. De La Rosa, you know, the takedowns could make it interesting for sure. But Luana Carolina, I think, is a little higher caliber.
Let's go. Finch and I riding with Luana in a close fight. Let's keep running. Next fight on the card, we have Lucas Almeida versus Danny Silva. When I saw this fight booked, I was like, okay. I'm like, early lean, I'm thinking, okay, well, Danny's the hot commodity. Then I went back and I spent some time. I was like, Danny Silva, Culibao. And I'm like, bro, he's getting absolutely outstruck and he's relying on key takedowns and control, but not doing much damage. Then I'm watching him fight Angel Pacheco, and yeah, he's looking all right, but Angel Pacheco's a bantamweight that just got pieced up by Colin Loughran. I think that Almeida's live to win. Almeida's got good Muay Thai. He's good with his straight punches. He's not taking on a beastly grappler. I fell into the trap of believing that he was a god-awful grappler after Pat Sabatini ran him over. But Pat Sabatini is a fucking monsoon with his jiu-jitsu, and he's not one to be fucked with on the ground. And then after that, to be fair, bad loss to Andre Fili. He was caught with the death touch right hand. Perfect punch got through. But in his last one, I mean, he got a pretty quality win over a nice prospect in Timmy Kawamba, who had a nice debut, almost beat Balagioki on like a few days' notice. Almeida's striking is pretty sound. He does have jiu-jitsu in the back pocket as well, even though I wouldn't say he's high caliber on the mat. He's, proficient. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Danny Silva's got good boxing pressure and punch combinations. He brings, I don't know, good momentum as a prospect right now. He's got a nice 3-fight win streak put together. But I feel like the Culibao fight has people believing he's a better wrestler than he is. Go watch the Kanan Kawane fight from LFA 2 years ago. He was getting out wrestled in the first 2 rounds, man. I don't think Danny Silva is high caliber on the floor. I think he's a boxing pressure fighter with good volume. I think he's also very vulnerable to straight punches. Danny Silva has minimalistic head movement, and I think in the mid-range, he does get caught. I think competitive fight, but I do believe that Almeida, the veteran, can pull through in a close one. I feel like he's not washed. I don't know. He's 15-3 as a pro. Like at one point, he was 12-0 fighting Daniel Zellhuber in a close fight on Contender Series. He beat Mike Trezano impressively in his UFC debut, who's a quality striker and now doing well in BKFC. I'm not sold on Danny Silva. Close win against Culibao doesn't tell me that he's ready for this. And I'll say Almeida in a competitive fight pulls through.
But he lost to Andre Feely last year, man.
I know.
I mean, how did that age, bro?
Not good. He got caught bad. He did. I know.
Fuck. I don't know, man. I gotta dig into this one more. I was leaning Danny Silva. I'll stick with it. Yeah, razor thin one with Josh Culibao. Lucas Almeida just has not. I am not impressed by your performance, because I remember the Sabatini and the Feely fights are just immediately in my head. But maybe that's my mistake. I mean, Daniel Zellhuber loss. I'm seeing some decent ones though in Jungle Fight, and Michael Trezano knockout is nice.
He got dropped early in that fight, but good back and forth.
And I think Danny Silva has probably dangerous enough striking to drop him too. So I'm going to go with Danny Silva, but
respect.
It's a tough one.
Yeah. Competitive fight. I believe it's a 50-50. The odds are -200 for Danny Silva, but at open, it was -110. A lot of money has probably come down on Danny Silva, which is why he's become a bigger favorite. Lucas Almeida +170 as the dog. I do think these guys are live to go over a round and a half, which sits at -240. That's relatively interesting. Fight live to go distance. I feel like Almeida could be competitive. Almeida reminds me of like a worse version of Money Moicano. Do you get that same vibe with him, or is it just my imagination?
I like it. No, I like it. A worse version of Money Moicano. Man, did his stock drop after getting mopped, huh? No, Money Moicano is good, man. Yeah, I see it. He doesn't quite have the frame. He doesn't quite have the microphone skills either, but he does have the Brazilian.
Yeah, let's go. Well, I'll go Almeida in a close one to take out Danny Silva. 29-28, if anything. I see it going all rounds. Method of victory, you feeling all rounds too? You think Danny might?
Danny Silva by knockout, motherfuckers. Yeah. Okay. Come on, right. Man.
Let's go. Finch man going Silva.
Fucking card.
Dude, I think it's going to be a lot of decisions, Finch. I'm worried.
Yeah?
At least early.
All right. You've been on fucking fire.
I know.
So I'm talking to the guy with the best picks in the fucking game. So I'll take that note.
Let's go. Monzi Man, thank you for 777. What's up, fellas? Nothing like wrapping up the day by watching the MMA GOATs cut up the card. Let's go. Thank you, Monzi Man, for 777.
Thank you, Monzi. I appreciate that very much, man. Hey, man, we're just hanging out with y'all. Appreciate it. Very cool. 777. He's even trying to give us some luck. You see that?
I feel lucky. I feel lucky. Let's go. Let's keep running.
Thank you.
Next fight. Ladies going after it. We got Andrea Lee versus JJ Aldrich. What are they doing to us with these women's fights on the card, man? Like, can we at least get some ranked ladies? At least one? Give me JJ. I think decision. She's more in her prime. Andrea Lee's lost 5 fights in a row, dude. Even some close ones, but I say Aldrich can get a competitive one, but like I would not fucking touch this fight with a 10-foot pole, like Finch said.
I wouldn't touch this. Yeah, the ladies fight, man. The ladies.
These shouldn't count towards our record, Finch. These shouldn't count.
The ladies fights shouldn't?
No, they shouldn't count. At least not ranked. They're not ranked or not up and coming. More journeywoman. Nah.
Yeah, Andrea Lee's been in some close ones though, man. How old is she?
Want me to tell you? I have it in front of me.
Yeah.
Andrea Lee right now sitting at the ripe age of 36 years old. Not old.
Not young.
JJ's 32.
32. Damn it. I want to pick Andrea Lee. I do. I want to pick Andrea Lee.
Do what you want to do, brother.
But, you know, they both have a common opponent in Montana De La Rosa. They saw opposite results. I think Andrea Lee might fuck this one up too, man. I think she's good though. Like the problem with betting on JJ Aldrich is Andrea Lee is actually, you know, she can do it all. She's a mixed mark. Even though she's 13-10, it's a little deceptive. That was against Viviana Rujao, Macy Barber, Natalia Silva, Miranda Maverick. I mean, these are great fights. So I came here to pick Andrea Lee, but the common opponent in Montana De La Rosa is concerning. Very tough fight to pick, folks. Very tough fight to pick. I'm definitely rooting for Andrea Lee.
She's an underdog, plus 170. Aldrich, minus 195. I wouldn't touch the lines. I'm not interested in the women's fights this card at all. I'm not. I'm staying away.
Yeah.
Right off from me.
Yeah, for real. You gonna make me pick it still?
I mean, you got to pick, but like you don't got to bet it, you know? That's why I said it shouldn't count, bro. There's really no. It's like you're picking. Flip a coin, heads or tails. What do you?
Doge coin.
Oh, the
Here
Doge.
Here it is. So the Doge is Andrea Lee. Okay. And heads is Aldrich. All right. Here we go. We got Andrea Lee, folks.
Whoa.
Sticking with my gut. I came here to drop it, and it got dropped. Andrea Lee breaks it. Breaks
Finch's
the
lock of the card, Andrea Lee.
Dog money, motherfuckers. Let's go.
Let's go, man. Finch, the coin tells him go Lee. He's sticking with his intuition. I'm gonna go.
Hey, I got one
Aldrich.
for you. Split decisions live.
Yeah, really
Split
live.
decisions live.
Bet the split decision. Fuck anything else, bro.
Split decisions live.
Do we got it yet? No, it's not out. Split decision might be the bet, bro. Just bet split decision. Fight ends in a split or majority decision. Plus 300. Bang. Get your lock. There we go.
Plus 300. Damn.
Yeah, it's shit.
They know, huh?
They're like, we got to give you something on it because we're not 100%, but like we kind of know.
At least plus 700 for that.
Yeah, fuck that. I ain't betting that shit. Let's go. Let's keep running, Finch. I want to do more. Next fight on the card, we got Douglas Silva de Andrade versus John Castañeda. Close, but I think Castañeda can outwork him. A little younger, a little better volume, pretty good kickboxing. I feel like, I don't know, Douglas Silva de Andrade is awkward with his strike. He likes the spin attacks. He likes the looping punches, but I feel like Castañeda can get to the target a bit more effectively, and he does have the wrestling in the back pocket, and de Andrade is 39 at this point. He's still in amazing physical condition, but I don't feel it, man. I think Castañeda can win a close one. He's more primed. He's an active fighter with good volume striking. Hands are not bad. Does have a chance in close. Douglas Silva de Andrade hasn't looked great. He's more towards, I don't want to say, but he is kind of washed. He's not washed, but like he's 39 at bantamweight. I got to go with the younger guy. I'm going to say that Castañeda wins, maybe 29, 28, 30, 27, outpaces him.
Exactly. He's in his prime. Castañeda's 33 years old. I'm 32. I feel great, motherfuckers. I think 33 is perfect. So, when you turn 39 years old,
is Finch frozen?
Light heavyweight. What's that?
Yeah, you were frozen for a second, Finch. Spectrum shutting you down, Finch. We'll get you on 5.
Man, I need this. I need Elon. Help me. Send me something.
Send him something, Elon.
I think being 39 years old, if you're not at least a light heavyweight, that's not good. Give me Castañeda for being in his prime, puts a pace on him, ends up taking that third and taking the decision.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he's more likely to finish the fight strong. The loss to Daniel Marcos for Castañeda is not awful. Marcos is a very tactical fighter, more technically sound in kickboxing. But prior to that, win over Kyung Ho Kong, win over Muin Gaffarov, who's actually looked to, get better recently. He looked pretty good. 2 years ago, 2.5, Willie Cat KO'd him. Fight before that, though, he sub Miles Johns. The actual most recent opponent of Andrade is Miles Johns. He lost a decision. He won that close fight with Cody Stammen where the crowd was booing like crazy because he got fucked up in the 3rd round. Then before that, Said Nurmagomedov lost almost 3 years ago. And then exactly 3 years ago, he beat Sergey Morozov. But these are irrelevant wins from long ago. I'm going to say the same as Finch. More primed, John Castañeda takes it home on the cards. Now, as far as the odds, Castañeda is a pretty chalky favorite at -260 with Douglas Silva de Andrade at +220, the underdog. I mean, over 2.5 is live at -270. I'll say Castañeda decision. Not a good line, -150. Probably Castañeda taking it home, taking it on the cards. The win in the 3rd round, maybe first, second close, but I don't know. I think Castañeda does more. He should win.
I think so too, man. I think so too. And I don't think the line's too crazy.
No.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So Finch and I both going Castañeda. Let's keep running up the card. All right. Is the next one our main card opener? Let me make sure. No, not yet. Not yet. We got one more to go. We got Chepe Mariscal versus Ricardo Ramos, our featured prelim of the night. The pick in this one, I'm going to call Chepe Mariscal to outdog Ramos. But Finch, do you remember years ago, I was like, Ramos is going to be the next Oliveira. He's going to have this great turnaround. I really feel like it's deleted from my memory now because like that fight against Culibao was horrible. You know, he honestly got lucky that Culibao has horrible grappling and made a big mistake and then gave up his back in round 1. And then round 3, he was able to take him down and control the back because he was getting absolutely outstruck that whole fight. Fight before that, gillied up by, now I'm forgetting the name. Who's he gillied up by? Let me double check. He's getting gillied up by Julian Rosa, which, you know, it's common to get gillied by a Rosa for, you know, prospects, but longtime veterans, gillied up again. Before that, Charles Jourdain, win before that, Danny Chavez. The last time he looked good in a fight was 2022 when he fucked up Danny Chavez, who's no longer in the UFC and actually has never fought since that matchup. So I don't think that Ricardo Ramos has that great a striking. He has extremely questionable decision-making. At one point, he seemed like a promising prospect, but he does very dumb things in the octagon, like throwing the behind the lead leg spin kick to the leg, like stupid techniques that just don't deliver much damage, but give him vulnerabilities and put him in risky spots. I would not want to pick a guy with the fight IQ like that, though I think the odds are a bit too wide because Ricardo Ramos, regardless, has good submissions. Chepe Mariscal, good pressure-based wrestling, but not a submission threat at all. More of a volume striking, beat you up, put a pace on you threat. But like I'm looking at two sides of the coin. I have a guy who has proven to wilt in fights versus one that like that word doesn't exist to him. When I have talent on both sides, but I have more toughness and grit on one side, I have to favor toughness and grit with some talent over somebody that just has some talent and questionable fight IQ. So I'll pick Chepe Mariscal. But when I tell you the lines, Finch, if you don't know, you're going to say, what in the hell?
3-1.
You wish. Right now, Chepe Mariscal is a 5-1 favorite, bro. -500. The lines have gotten crazy wide. At open, it was -180. It was actually kind of playable. Now it's just crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. How much by sub, DJ bet? That might be the fucking call. Fuck it. Close your eyes and hope for the best. What is it? How much by sub? +1,000. He's got good jiu-jitsu. Chepe likes to shoot takedowns. He never been submitted before, but maybe that's the DJ.
Whoa. The first time I ever heard of Ricardo Ramos, my friend Manny Vazquez, the guy who I would call the human backpack in the XFO, was fighting him, and Dana White was there live, and they were going to sign Ricardo Ramos to the UFC, and it was all set for him. And then my boy Manny Vazquez climbed on that back and choked that motherfucker out, gave him his first loss. He went on a win streak after that as well, but yeah, since making it to the big leagues, he's been a little bit rocky, and you see he makes mistakes. His fight IQ is questionable, etc. Chepe had an opposite path. I mean, Chepe was rockier earlier in his career. Chepe used to be one of my trainers under me when I was the general manager of UFC Gym River North in Chicago. So I used to have Chepe coach boxing classes and shit. So, people were working with Chepe back in 2016 is when I was working with Chepe. And so to see where he's gone from there to today it's just incredible progress and incredible growth. Chepe is a strong, durable. He wants it. You look across the cage and Chepe is there to break you. He wants it bad. So Chepe Mariscal has to be the pick.
Yeah, Chepe Mariscal, he wants it more. I think Ramos wilts when things get tough, but you know what's crazy, Finch? Where has Ricardo Ramos been training? He's been training with the nerds a bit lately. Which that's worrisome. I'm like, is he just getting beat up in the gym by them, or is somehow they flipped his mentality? If Ramos wins, it's because of fighting nerds. So just be a little wary. Just because, as good as Chepe's grit is, right? He's not like a tactician. He's a dog, right? And Ramos does have legit Brazilian jiu-jitsu, just has horrible decision-making. I don't know if fighting nerds smartens him up. I mean, bro, the nerds over there, maybe the intellect's jumping. He's getting tutored over there, man. And more than just
change.
Skills.
People do get better. The fighting nerds is a great team.
Maybe I'm going how much by DJ and Subcall. That's it. That's the pick. No, I'm not. I'm still picking. I'm picking Mariscal, but like there's this little whisper is like, well, if anybody upset how much of fighting nerds, maybe, but Mariscal should work him. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say Chepe because he's so much stronger. He's better at wrestling. He puts pressure on people. He's been breaking dudes. So yeah. Chepe's on one right now. But Fighting Nerds is a fucking great team to be at for sure. Agreed.
So Finch and I picking Chepe. Let's keep running. Let's jump to our main card opener. If you guys are watching and you haven't yet, please hit that like button, show some love, and make sure you subscribe. Closing in on 45,000 subscribers. Very excited. Danny Barlow versus none other than the people's favorite, bro. Listen, Sam Patterson. I think that Sam Patterson is going to win this fight, and people have told me you are fucking insane. Danny Barlow's a menace. I'm looking at comments, right? Can I tell you why, Finch?
Go on.
Sam Patterson has crafty Brazilian jiu-jitsu skills, whereas if the fight gets to the mat, I know Sam Patterson is superior at grappling to Danny Barlow. Now, there's no question that Danny Barlow is a legit power puncher and a talented and athletic striker. He's a gifted athlete. Southpaw, has a long reach. Now, Nikolay Veretinnikov fight was very competitive, but people will stand on, he broke his hand, right? Fight before that, Josh Quinlan fight. He broke his hand. Like, he didn't look great against Josh Quinlan, who's really not good. He's actually just lost in the regional scene. And then fight after that, he took on Veretinnikov. I guess he looked decent against Quinlan. He outstruck him, but it took him 3 rounds to handle business there. And Quinlan's not a prospect by any means. He was 6-1 at the time they fought. Sam Patterson is a talented Brit who's on the come up, but he was cutting way too much weight, came into the UFC at the wrong weight class 2 years ago, got knocked out by a big punch in round 1 against Ashmouz. But since that point, moving up to 170 seems to be a different fighter, making easy work of Johan Lainus and Kiefer Crosby. Now, he was caught with a looping shot by Crosby, but not rocked. He got caught. He ate it. What I will say about this is this one, Finch, and I think you'll love this. Because Danny Barlow likes to throw straight punches, right? I believe Sam Patterson, also being a long striker from the outside, will have a good ability to be defensively sound with those straight shots, as opposed to somebody that throws more looping shots over the top, maybe a more dirty boxing style. I could see Patterson getting caught over the top. But because Barlow likes to use that long range, Patterson's prepared for that because he's also good in that area. So I feel as though the knockout threat is negated here. And seeing Barlow not chin Veretinnikov, take 3 rounds to handle Josh Quinlan, I don't believe he's as good as people are hyping him up to be. And when they hit the mat, Sam Patterson is crafty on the floor. I'm saying Sam Patterson submission. I think he's being completely overlooked. The hype on Danny Barlow because of the impressive knockouts on the regional scene. But when he came to the UFC, he got tested a bit. Sam Patterson, people are still writing him off because of a bad debut. It's at a different weight class. You gain 15 pounds, things change substantially. It's also 2 years have gone by and he's improved as a fighter. Sam Patterson is a good fighter and he's going to win this one.
I've got Sam Patterson too, motherfuckers. I came in here with AJ. Motherfuckers like, where's Mike and AJ? I'm like, we're talking in the back right now. I'm like, AJ, I'm thinking about going Sam Patterson. Am I crazy? He goes, have you seen my breakdown? I'm like, nah, I haven't. He's like, you want to be surprised? I'm not surprised, motherfuckers. I'm going with him too, man. Yeah, I look at this as striker versus grappler, although they both have some skills in each area. It's 2025. But I was impressed by Sam Patterson. Now, it is Kiefer Crosby.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Sam Patterson's, rangy striking, as you said. I mean, I can't say it any better than you just said it. You were cooking right there. I'll just say this. It's going to be risky for Sam Patterson on the feet. Danny Barlow is a harder puncher. Danny Barlow can definitely put people away. But even if Danny Barlow's winning the fight, I think Sam Patterson is live for sub at any time. Danny Barlow probably has to make it all rounds with him. If Sam Patterson gets on top in this fight, if he's able to take the back in this fight, I think he closes the show out. I think Sam Patterson is every bit as likely to finish Danny Barlow as Danny Barlow would be to get some type of KO here. I mean, he would need a clean one. Even if he's following up inside the guard, the skill gap on the ground is probably wide. Sam Patterson has shown sometimes to be a little gun shy when you put some pressure on him. He doesn't like it, but I think that he's on one right now. I'm going Sam Patterson sub as well.
Sam Patterson plus 245 underdog with Barlow at minus 285. I don't agree with the odds here. At open, Danny Barlow was still a massive favorite at minus 225. I think Patterson's improvements are being overlooked, and he's being heavily judged by his debut loss. Now, Patterson by sub, currently only plus 400. I mean, listen, still better than nothing, but only 400 is interesting, right? Seeing that he's a big favorite at plus 245. I feel like Barlow is hyper impressive against low-level opposition. There's highlight reels, him jump kicking people. But then you look into it. That guy was 2-5, 2-6, right? He's fucking up Raheem Forrest. Charles Radke fucked up Raheem Forrest first, though, right? He won a close one with Veretinikov, and then Austin Vanderford beat the fuck out of Veretinikov on Saturday. I think the question marks around Barlow's game are legit. I think he's a talented up-and-comer. He's 9-0, but the O's got to go, bro. Too many of these undefeated guys, man. They have everybody fooled, and then we're seeing it. How many undefeated guys are losing this year? I think Patterson gets a dub.
I think so too. I think he's on one right now. I think he's getting better. I think he's getting comfortable in the UFC too. But Danny Barlow is athletic and can hit hard. I mean, it's a good fight. I'm surprised by the odds myself. No, I'm gonna go with the guy with the ground game, son. Patterson sub. We on it, AJ. We on it. They think we crazy, bro.
They do. Listen, I think he got a chance, bro. I think he's a talented fighter. I don't know. Sam Patterson seems like he'll have a good game plan. The team is smart working him. He's young at 28. I just think he's getting overlooked. Barlow hits hard for sure. And if he connects clean, he can knock out a lot of guys. But I don't think so. I think Patterson is a very live underdog. So Finch and I both going with the Patterson dog side. We're cooking excitement now. Let's get it. Next fight on the main card, we have William Gomis versus Hyder Amil. The pick for me has to be William Gomis here. Hyder Amil is riding hype because he blitzed Ji-Yoon Lee, but Ji-Yoon Lee has some of the worst decision-making I've ever seen. Getting caught with a clean shot and then just swinging wild punches like you're in a bar fight. It's a surefire way to get knocked out in a bar fight, especially in the octagon against a fellow trained killer. The way that Hyder Amil blitzed him was impressive. He has power. No one's questioning that. He has some wrestling. No one's questioning, but he's a 34-year-old prospect. William Gomis is very long and rangy, and he's extremely mobile. The way Gomis fights is a lot of times counter-striking, likes to move a lot. Now, being in the smaller cage, Hyder Amil could potentially time some clinch work, but Gomis is not bad on the floor either. I'd say his takedown defense holds up, more high-level experience. Say what you want about the Joe Anderson Brito fight being a bad decision, still was awarded one and had successful moments against a really dangerous guy, Joe Anderson Brito. Hyder Amil is completely unproven at a high level. Like, his win was Fernie Garcia in his debut, and Fernie is a bantamweight that stepped into that fight on short notice, and then he finished Ji-Yoon Lee. That doesn't equal beating a hyper-talented 14-2 Gomis, who's currently undefeated in the UFC. I think Gomis pulls through. I think decision. Got a length advantage, 6 foot, 73-inch reach. Hyder Amil 3 inches shorter, 3 inches less reach, and also Gomis uses range well. Expect him to pick shots from distance, avoid takedowns, and take home a decision.
I didn't think William Gomis was very impressive in France. You guys saw Emmanuel Macron? Emmanuel Macron is in Washington, D.C. today.
No, I didn't know that.
I did. I care about shit like that.
It's good. That's why I got you, Finch. You tell me about it.
All right. So I got you. He is. And William Gomis is a boring striker who, has a fairly low output. For a black dude, he's pretty vanilla. You know what I'm saying? It's not that flavorful. The striking is pretty boring. But I will say this. Hyder, Amil's lack of wrestling will cost him here. Amil is going to thrive in like a wild fight, and that's not the way Gomis fights. So I do think Gomis, is pretty much a lock here. Can he actually have a decent performance? Can he actually get a finish in this one? We'll see. But I actually think an opponent like Hyder Amil makes him look good. So William Gomis.
I think so too. Finch, you got some internet support here. Look at this. Read this one. Read it.
Red Spectrum and got Frontier Fiber up here in Hermosa. Internet has never gone down. Yo, Sabrina and company, hit me with the Frontier. Let's take
go.
it.
I'm telling you, Finch. I switched the Frontier from Spectrum too, bro.
Damn,
you feel like it's a new life. You're like, what was I doing before? You feel like you're in 2025 with Frontier. Yeah, I promise.
Haley, we gotta get Frontier internet. She just laughed at me and walked away, bro. This is where it's at right now.
That's funny as hell.
We need Frontier, babe. We'll see what's up, man. I'm about to work on this one.
Let's go. So let me read the lines off for you, Finch, man. -180 for William Gomis, +155 Amil, over 2.5, -265, and Gomis by decision, -115. Probably Gomis outpointing him. He's a 34-year-old prospect, man.
I think he's a lock here, dude.
Yeah.
It's all about the matchup. So
yeah,
it doesn't matter how boring he is. If he's gonna be able to pitch a shutout here, he's like 6 feet tall.
Yeah, he's too tall, too long, too quick. Wins a decision. Thank you, Monziman, for $7.70. A small deposit on our +245 Patterson payday. Let's go, brother. Confidence is high. And
Monzi Man's second dono of the night. Thank you so much, brother. Yeah, we're both going in on the dog. And I'll expect to see you back after he gets the sub. All right.
Let's go. Let's keep running. Next fight on the card, we got Mario Pinto versus Austen Lane. I'm going with Mario Pinto. I think he's a talented prospect. And Austen Lane, come on, bro. He controlled Ribovics to Spain, but Pinto is not going to be that inefficient in grappling. Lane's a big, plodding heavyweight. He's got okay blitzes, but he leaves a lot to be desired. He's an ex-football player, not super talented, but he's a strong guy. I mean, he's definitely, in the UFC. I give him that. He got a win against Ribovics to Spain, right?
He is in the UFC.
He's in the UFC. I think Pinto counter strikes him, catches him with a big punch. He's a tall heavyweight. He's got good potential. I feel like he's going to be too technically sound. When I think of Austen Lane, I can never forget him getting absolutely starched by Greg Hardy. So I don't know, man. I think Mario, I think he actually has legit potential. He picks his shots well. He's got counter shot ability. He's got some knockout power. He's 26 years old at heavyweight, so definitely young in the heavyweight side of things, but 9-0, I think he can hold on to his undefeated record because Austen Lane to me just seems beatable for a guy like him.
Yeah, I wanted to pick Austen Lane because I'm super suspect of UFC debuts and I'm super suspect of heavyweight UFC debuts. But Pinto, wasn't it Dana White's Contender Series?
Yep. He fucked up that Andre Petnaris dude.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. His striking looks good, man. He looks good. He doesn't look like a bust like Ribovics to Spain. I snuffed out the Ribovics to Spain thing, by the way.
You did.
With Pinto here, I don't see it as a fraud. I think Pinto puts Lane away.
The odds for the fight: Pinto 4-1, Austen Lane +330. Pinto by KO sits at -140. You have to favor Pinto by knockout. Listen, bro. Justin Tafa chinned Austen Lane. Johanata Janiz chinned him badly as well. He did have Janiz in mount, but Janiz is an incomplete fighter. He has very powerful hands and dangerous as hell on the feet, but like very minimalistic ground skills. So I think Pinto should handle business with relative ease. He's too talented.
And Ribovics to Spain's like a turtle on his back. I've seen Pinto taken down, and he pops right back up. he pops right back up on his feet. So
Let's go.
even if Austen Lane does do that, it's not like Austen Lane has this NCAA Division I All-American wrestling background. He's
got a football tackle.
He's got some football tackles. Yeah, I think Pinto stands back up and puts him away.
Let's go. Me and Finch going Pinto. Should be a confident call and an exciting fight because I'm looking forward to another heavyweight prospect. I mean, we need heavyweights bad because the division needs talent, and Pinto seems very promising. Let's go. Next fight, featured fight of the night. We got a banger. This is a great featured fight. Nasrat Haqparast versus Esteban Ribovics. I actually think it's kind of a shame this is at the Apex because I think this could be an absolute banger. I think it should have been in front of a crowd. Ribovics coming off that epic win in a war with Daniel Zellhuber, and I picked Ribovics to win that fight that week. Nasrat Haqparast coming off of a pretty good war with Jared Gordon, winning a damn close fight. I feel like Esteban Ribovics a little more powerful, a little bit more crafty on the inside. Haqparast from the mid-range is dangerous with his overhand, though. He is like deceptively fast, and he's got a ton of UFC experience, but I don't know, man. I feel like Ribovics closes distance pretty well and can win some key exchanges. I feel like Haqparast, he is good with looping shots from that mid-range, like I said, and he does move relatively well, but I could see him getting caught in close by Ribovics. I think both guys can take some clean ones from one another, and I'm sure both have clean punches that land, but I'm going to say Ribovics by decision beats crafty vet like Haqparast, man.
Yeah, I think Ribovics is the real deal, man. I think he's able to outclass a Haqparast. He's more athletic. He's more dangerous. He could even maybe put him away. I think Ribovics is going to be able to outstrike Haqparast.
Yeah. Ribovics, I think decision in a competitive affair takes it home. Plus 250 for Nasrat, Ribovics minus 300. What's crazy is the odds have completely flipped. At open, Nasrat Haqparast was a minus 210 favorite with Ribovics as a plus 180 dog. Now Ribovics is a minus 300 favorite with Haqparast at plus 250. So very wide Ribovics line, but I think you have to favor him to get a W. I really loved his performance against Daniel Zellhuber. He showed a lot of grit in that fight. Doesn't back down from a scrap either. I think he'll be a bit more athletic than Nasrat and he'll win some key exchanges. Nasrat was real close with Jared Gordon in mostly a striking fight, and I think Ribovics is more clean than that level. And I feel like Ribovics got a ton of potential, man. He trains at Killcliff FC with Henry Hooft. I feel like he's promising as fuck. I mean, that knockout of Terrence McKinney was super impressive. And since then, he's only gotten better. So Ribovics for a dub.
And the Daniel Zellhuber dub is very, very nice, man.
And he hurt Zellhuber, and Zellhuber's long as fuck, man.
Yeah. So I am impressed by that one. All right.
Yeah.
Ribovics.
I'm impressed too. Haqparast has quietly put 4 wins together, to be fair, but John Makdessi, who's retired now, I believe, or maybe in GFL. Landon Quinones, who was only a prospect. He slept Jamie Malarkey, whose chin was on and Gordon. Yeah, maybe in PFL. I don't know. Or maybe he's in GFL,
GFL.
GFL. That's funny as hell. I think Ribovics is good, bro. I like him a lot, man. I like the way he rips shots, good punches in close, doesn't back down, and has some power. I don't know. He just seems like he's got the goods to be something.
Yeah, there's an athleticism difference here, man. I think that pays dividends.
I think so too. Nice little TriStar versus Killcliff FC fight also. I like that. That's pretty dope. So we're going to go Ribovics.
Another one that could be the co-main event.
I know. Our co-main event probably could have been a feature prelim or a main card opener or even just a fight on the prelims. It is probably going to be entertaining, but as far as guys with potential to be ranked by any sense of it, no. We have Cody Brundage versus Julian Marquez in the most confusing co-main event ever. I didn't know if the UFC was joking around. Maybe they'll change the bout order because this is crazy. This is the co-main event because I thought co-main events were to showcase your promising talent, not, or maybe OGs, not showcase journeymen, or I don't know what we call it. Cody Brundage is tough though. I mean, he's more in his prime. Marquez lost 3 fights in a row by knockout. He's been inactive. Brundage slammed Reese on his head pretty nice, and Reese chinned Marquez. I mean, Brundage can crack a bit. He dropped Adolfo Vieira with a good overhand. It's just he's so unreliable. I'm picking Brundage, but like, I don't know. Marquez, it depends how washed he is. Marquez could survive an early onslaught and some takedowns. Brundage gets tired and Marquez catches him some shots. Or maybe Marquez hits him with a groin shot and the fight ends by no contest. Maybe that's how this fight's destined to go. No contest in the co-main event. I guess I'm going Brundage, but how the fuck? Like, I don't get it. I think he's got a good wrestling base and a sneaky overhand, but so inconsistent. I think Marquez is washed with 3 violent losses in a row. The fuck, man.
Yeah, no way I could pick Marquez here,
No.
even when it's Cody Brundage, who, it's fucking Cody Brundage.
Yeah.
But, better than Zach Reese. I mean, the Jacob Malhuin's nice in 2023.
It's a DQ, though. He's getting fucked up. Remember that? He got the back of the head.
Up.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Dude. They fool you with that.
Jacob Malhuin's a great grappler. Oh, yeah. He was getting fucked up.
He was getting fucked up. He went 2 rounds with Bo Nickel, though.
Fuck. Wow, he was getting destroyed in that fight. Now I remember that fight.
Yeah. The fuck are we doing? I don't even know.
How the fuck is this the co-main event? What the fuck are you talking about here? Man, Cody Brundage is a weird one. That's a weird one, dude. Cody Brundage for being more well-rounded, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like, if it was 5 years ago, I'm picking Julian Marquez, but Marquez has taken so much fucking damage. He's fought once a year for the past, 3 years. And even though he's not old at 34, I just don't think he's been fighting well. Cody Brundage, I mean, at least you like the activity rate. He's got 5 fights in the past year and a half. But that loss, remember, Cedric Dumas beat the shit out of him?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. How am I supposed to pick? Like, it's almost like you can't. Both of these guys are auto fades against anyone else on the fucking roster. And I have to pick between the 2 of them. So I'm going, okay, do I pick Marquez, who's looked terrible, or do I pick Brundage, who also has looked terrible, but has been more active? He beat Zach Reese, I guess. Fuck all, man. Oh, my God. I hate that I have to make a pick for this fight. Like, there is no pick. The pick is like, just watch it and sit down. And like, maybe like, I don't know, eat something.
I mean, with that being said, we both just picked the dog.
Yeah. Brundage is the dog in this one?
Yeah.
What the How do you even have a dog? This is minus 110 on both sides.
Cody Brundage is plus 126.
They should give us double plus money, plus 125 for both, because I got no fucking idea.
They can just lose their ass on this one.
Just take the L.
Yo, that's real life, man. No, he's a plus 126. Yeah, I don't get that. I think you flip those odds,
Yeah.
I think Brundage would be the more reliable one here.
Is Marquez going to somehow finish him, though? Like, I have a weird feeling that Marquez by TKO is live. Brundage just gets caught in a weird position. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, Brundage fights usually end in some funky shit, right?
Yeah.
Somehow finds a way to be a fucking no contest, That's what these 2 guys will figure out in there.
I think that'd be a good outcome. I hope it's a no contest. Make the UFC pay for putting this in the co-main event. Why? Why? Listen, Finch, we just went through the whole card besides the main event. And the one ranked fight that we've seen so far is the fucking opener of the card.
Are you sure though?
Yes, I'm sure.
I think they're gonna shake this up like a fucking
Finch. I fucking got the bout order right in front of me. UFC bout order, co-main event, Cody Brundage versus fucking Marquez, bro. I promise you, this is what they have on UFC. I'll show you UFC.com. You want to see it?
Sure.
Is it UFC.com? Let's bring up UFC.com so you guys can see this blasphemy that I'm looking at here. What are we doing? UFC.com. Do you see this? Do you see it? Yeah. Manel Kape, Almabayev, Cody Brundage, Julian Marquez. What in the fuck are we doing?
What the fuck?
I know.
It's a prelim, guys. It's a fucking prelim.
It's a fucking LFA fight night main event.
Who is making the bout order over there in Las Vegas?
Yeah.
What is going on? That's crazy, AJ.
I don't know. That's crazy. You want me to take a Ripski? I've only taken one Ripski today, Finch. I'm going lighter on the Ripskis, but I'll do one at 100 likes for the folks.
Do they deserve it? All right. Only 100. Guys, there's 310 people in here. The majority of you haven't liked it. What the fuck? Hit the fucking like and hit the subscribe while you're at it, folks. Like. Come on. Show my boy AJ some love.
Let's go, man. Show Moneyline some love, man. We're absolutely bringing you guys fire. Finch bragging about my picks, but he's got to brag about himself. He's doing a great job too. He's fucking Mr. Fucking Lock City over here, so he's doing
Locks
good.
And parlays, we're on fire. Beer pong rules, folks. In Chicago, you get 3 in a row. It's balls back.
I think so. Let's go, Finch, man, bringing the thunder. Listen, we got to jump to the main event. Thankfully, the main event is better than this. We have Manel Kape versus Asu Almabayev. And if you haven't yet, hit the like. If you're new, subscribe. Like Finch said, we got to pick Manel Kape to win. He was supposed to fight Brandon Royval. That was such a good number 1 contender fight. They took that from us. Why did Royval have to get injured? Why did this have to happen? I think that Manel Kape is very precise with striking and picks his shots incredibly well. And I went back and rewatched the Mokaev fight, and I was like, okay, he won the first round. He had good striking. His takedown defense didn't look bad. It's not like he got fucked up on the ground by Mokaev, who's a beast of a wrestler. Almabayev, also a strong wrestler. I don't think he has the same speed of his takedowns as a Mokaev does, though. Maybe a little more calm than Mokaev, right? I think that Manel Kape can take this one on the cards, landing more significant shots, because Almabayev is probably going to have to take him down and hold him down for large amounts of time, which I think is really hard to do with a guy who has the takedown defense and footwork of Manel Kape. On top of that, Manel Kape showing improvements each and every fight, seems to be entering a bit of a flow state. And even that fight against Mokaev, he broke his toe early in the fight. There were some controversial moments, and it was still really close. Even though he lost, a clear decision, there was a lot of competitive moments in the actual fight that took place. I'm going to say that Manel Kape has more damage that he does throughout the fight and beats Asu Almabayev. Decision seems like my number 1 priority, but I saw someone in the chat say Kape KO or decision. I agree with Wise there. I'm going to say like decision or KO would be the way that I'll word it, but I'll say Kape wins more exchanges, does some damage. He looked great against Bruno Silva, man.
He did, man. He really did. And I hold Bruno Silva in, I think, higher regard than most. And I got to respect what I saw there. And what he broke his like fucking toes in the Mokaev fight. He broke something.
Broke that toe bad. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's not great. That can't help when you're fighting fucking Muhammad Mokaev after he talked all that shit. So I'll go Manel Kape. The reason why is because I'm not thinking that Asu Almabayev is going to hit takedowns at will here. We already saw him struggle to hit takedowns, and if he's getting stuffed at that level, you could imagine he's going to have a lot of trouble to take down a guy who's dangerous in Manel Kape. Manel Kape could put you away. Asu Almabayev doesn't really put people away at this level so far that we've seen. It's a 5-round fight. I think Asu Almabayev probably does have that 5-round cardio, but we're about to find out, right? And I think that against Manel Kape, he's probably getting cooked on the feet. So every round starts on the feet. Even if he wins 1 or 2 with the wrestling, I think overall the damage is done by Manel Kape. I think Manel Kape can get this thing either finish or on the cards.
Over 3.5 minus 240. Money line for Manel Kape is minus 205. At open, it was minus 250. Almabayev plus 175 is the underdog. Kape to win via decision sits at plus 225. Finch and I both going with the Manel Kape call, which I think makes a lot of sense. Shout out Crips Keeper for the 5 brothers who we throw the bag at this weekend. Listen, I'm dropping the Lock City Wednesday, but we got some good dog calls on the card.
We'll drop a parlay right after this, Crips Keeper. We got you. It's the Crips Keeper parlay this week. Let's go.
Let's go. Shout out to our boy. Yeah, Finch, I think we're on to it with Kape. I think he handles business. Almabayev's talented. He's definitely skillful. I'm not sold on him taking out Manel Kape, who's got a ton of UFC experience at this point. Both guys 31. Kape been fighting at a higher level for a lot longer. And, Almabayev was in a tight gilly against Matthias Nicolau. He had good moments in that fight too, but ultimately I feel as though a little too soon for Almabayev. I'm not sold on him being, the guy to beat Manel Kape. That's what I feel. I think Kape is still surging and promising in the title picture.
Almabayev has to chain wrestle. He has to find a way to get Kape on his back, because Kape's striking with him, it's probably not good. I don't think he's able to make it happen on the feet. If he does score takedown after takedown, that's how he wins. But he really needs a lot of them, because he's not a finisher on the mat. And Kape is competent enough on the ground, I believe, to not get finished. Certainly Muhammad Mokaev wasn't close. And that was when Kape was injured in the fight by breaking his toes. So let's say the better striker, the guy who's going to be hard to take down, the guy who's more damaging, gets the dub.
Let's go. Finch and I both calling Manel Kape in the main. Because we passed 100, I owe the folks a Ripski. Shout out to the folks. I didn't do a Ripski earlier during lunchtime live. I needed a break, man. I needed some sobriety on me. So we'll do it here for the folks.
Sobriety. This motherfucker already smoked today. He's talking about sobriety.
I'm sober.
My God. This guy.
Sober AJ, brother. Sober
My
AJ.
God. Folks.
The Ripski tells all, man. The Ripski
I've been
picks.
dry since New Year's, y'all. This is how it's done. All right.
Listen, the pick rate's been good, Finch. I can't change anything.
AJ gonna stay faded. and then when you have a bad card, you still gonna smoke, aren't you?
When I have a back card, then I gotta stop. That's it. But okay. I won't. Only amazing cards now.
I'll remind him of that. Maybe he'll just never have a bad card again. Hopefully that's the case.
I hope
AJ,
so too.
You're on fire, bro. I'm proud of you.
Hey, thanks. You too, my brother. Listen, guys, we're not done yet. Finch and I want to do some Super Saiyan shit. We're gonna cook up a little parlay together. So let's jump to the parlays.
All the competition that try to compete, stand back, watch the bomb drop.
Parlay time. Open up your wallets and let's bet on some fist fights.
Yeah. Parlay time. I used to work with him in Chicago, and Chepe gonna lay it down on Saturday night. Yeah. I got my leg of the parlay as my boy Chepe Mariscal. He's bigger. He's stronger. He's got the forward pressure. I know that motherfucker's training with the nerds, but Chepe's going to break him. I think he's taking him down. I think he's chomping him up. He's breaking his bones. He's getting him out of there in the third round. Chepe Mariscal money line for the first leg of the parlay.
I'm going to go with Mario Pinto to absolutely destroy Austen Lane. So those two together, minus 177. We're not chasing huge plus money. We're just dropping a little confident, savage play to start it off on a Monday. So we'll line those two up. Finch going Chepe. I'm going Pinto. We're catching a W. Finch, I'm very happy, bro. Oh, my God. Wrong way. There we go. Let's go, Finch, man. I feel good, Finch. I'm happy with the picks this week for both of us. I think we got really good calls, man. And the ones that, like, we don't agree on are the real, like, 50-50s. I think everything else we're seeing pretty much eye to eye on the sensible ones, man.
I know, and we both jumped on the same dog there. I mean, that's got to be, that's got to be the standout moment of the show. AJ and I both on Sam Patterson. We'll see if we can land a plus 250 dog. That's really sweet, man. So we'll see if we could get it. Solid fun time as usual with AJ. If you guys want to check out my interview with Marab the Champ, it's over on my channel. And shout out to the homie who's been making my thumbnails, who already got me my shit. Jonathan's already got that thing up right now. And so I will be jumping on nice and quick for my most confident picks. I'll give you guys my 5 most confident picks on the card, and we could talk a little bit of Cejudo and whatever you guys want to talk about. Hit me up. I'll see you guys in 15 minutes on my channel.
Let's go, Finch, man, with the content. I saw you dropped a couple vids last week too. I like it, bro. I'm proud.
Thank you. It's love right back at you, AJ. Yeah. I gotta make more content for y'all. So we'll keep the full card predictions coming later in the week. We'll keep most confident coming now. And then, I already recorded some techniques at the gym. I just want to bring out you guys more content. I did an interview with Giga Chikadze. I'll either drop that tonight or tomorrow as well.
Let's go. Finch, man, dropping content. I got it linked up in the description. Volter is saying hello to us from Latvia. We'll give him a proper hello. Thank you, Volters. Guys, make sure you hit the like here. If you're new, subscribe it up with the post notifications turned on. I will be live tomorrow, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time for the lunchtime live. And then later in the evening, I have a nice live stream Q&A. I believe it's number 204. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. Got 2 live streams cooking up. And if there's any news, of course, I'll drop a reaction video too. But right now, urgently, you got to run over to the Finch, man. His channel is pinned right in the live chat. Go give the Finch a watch. He's got a banger show coming. You guys can ask him questions. He's going to be live for a little bit, man. Join the Finch, man. Look at this guy. He's still got it, bro. He's fighting fucking Marab. We're getting him at 135, bro.
Marab called me out, bro. Maybe we'll make it happen. Guess what? I was studying the sparring. So if you want to hear more about what 5 rounds of sparring looked like between Giga Chikadze and Marab Dvalishvili, I'll see you guys in 15.
Let's go. Guys, thanks for watching. We appreciate you all. Check out the Finch Man, and see you all on the next one. Much love. Another beautiful Moneyline show in the books. Keep it locked in every Monday. We're bringing the savagery. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye. Peace out.